Hey guys, I'm Nicole and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. I am a homeschooling mom and I have been homeschooling for probably about 19 years now, so I've been at it for quite some time. And today I wanted to share some of the kindergarten manipulatives that I use with my daughter, who is currently 6 years old. I love kindergarten. It is such a fun age and I just love it. To be honest, we don't have a whole lot of like formalized school time with my kindergartner. I probably work with her for about 30 minutes to an hour at our dining room table 4 to 5 days a week. Most likely, it's usually more like 4 days a week. And we just get in some, basics, some reading, some language arts, some writing, math, along with a little bit of science and social studies, but just totally on a fun level. And so like we're just very, very, basic, and just no pressure at all for kindergarten age. That's just my philosophy and it's worked well for us so far. I like to encourage a whole lot of pretend play and just playing in general with her toys and outdoor time. I think outdoor time is fabulous for kids of all ages and it's great for adults too. I love being outside, and so I like to try to encourage that with her. But today I wanted to share a few of the manipulatives that I use with her. I try to spend a little, like the least amount of money as possible when I'm purchasing these types of things. Sometimes I even make homemade type manipulatives for her to use and to play with, and sometimes like I encourage her to do these things whenever I'm working with my older kids, and it's a way for her to stay busy. And I've also noticed my 3-year-old, even he is like picking up some of these things and really is trying to learn, like play with them and engage with them, which is exciting. I can tell he's going to be one that really wants to kind of follow along and do what his brothers and sisters are doing because he doesn't want to be left out. And so first of all, let me show you these sight word cards that I purchased. These are just some Scholastic sight word cards. I got these from Amazon. I think they were like $3 or something like that. They're very inexpensive, and so I do try to go through some of these cards with her. I usually pick out 4 at a time, and we go through them together. And they're, let's see, on the front there's a word, and also on the back there's a word. And so I usually pick out 4 at a time, and we go through them until she knows them. And we still have a long way to go with these cards, but it's something that I do try to go through with her every day, just for like a couple of minutes, to encourage her to learn those sight words. We have been working through a phonics curriculum, and she's doing pretty good with that. She is a very bright girl, but as far as like academic type things go, she might be just a little behind some of my other kids, and that's absolutely fine. And everybody is totally different, and I've learned over the years that usually everybody starts to kind of like get on the same level as they continue, going through the grades. And I know she will pick up these things, so I try to be just very, very gentle with her with that. We are using a Becca curriculum, and I have got this handbook for reading, which is actually for first graders on up. And with Becca, I don't even have the teacher's guides, guys. I'm just going through it as best as I can. There's a few things where it's like, write the blend your teacher says, or write the numbers your teacher says. And when it says something like that, I just, I come up with a blend or a number to tell her, and she will write that down. Like, again, I just keep these cards in this book for us to go through whenever we're doing that time when we're working through like some of the phonics work. And I guess this really isn't a manipulative, but it's just something I've had on hand. It's a very simple phonics book at the beginning, and it's something I like to use with my kindergartners and first graders, and this can be even used up to through like 3rd grade. But I've had this book for many years. I've had it for probably, 15 years or so. I'm sure there is like a newer looking edition than this one. But this is something that I do use with her, and I wanted to share that with you. This is an abacus that I purchased from Amazon as well. And she uses this when she's adding, like if she has a problem, let's say it's 2 plus 3, she can move 2 plus 3 more, and then figure out, how many the correct sum is, or, subtraction if it's 5 minus 4, you know, she could do that and figure out, okay, 1 is the answer. And so we have this abacus on hand, and I always just put it out for her whenever she's working through her math work. It's also something, you know, count by 5s, you know, 5, 10, 15, you know, just there's many different ways to use this. And so I've really enjoyed having this manipulative for her. It is a Melissa and Doug product, and I got this from Amazon as well. And we put it to good use. We use it daily. And I think it's, you know, I think it was worth my money. I don't quite remember how much this was. I'm believing it was around the $15 mark or something like that. It might have been closer to 20, but anyway, this is something that she uses on a daily basis, and she really enjoys using this. And then over here, I've got this packet. That's not really a packet. It's a box full of manipulatives that I purchased from Amazon as well. I got this about a year ago, and it's an all ready for kindergarten little package for ages 4 through 6. And this is something my 3-year-old likes to use as well. And it's just something super easy where you can just pull out these little activities if you're wanting your child to have some extra time going through certain concepts, or, you know, like I said earlier, if you're working with your older kids and you want to have your kindergartner engaged in something while you're working with your older kids, I would recommend this product. I believe it was around $30, and I purchased it from Amazon as well, but it has like this little alligator grabber that helps with their fine motor skills, some little bug counters, there's picture cards for rhyming and reading skills, these shape puzzle cards, which this is like a big favorite with my kids. They're always wanting to play with these. There's a number cube, these numbers, or not numbers, they're letters. They have uppercase and lowercase, and they can like thread them through a string. And then there's a dry erase board, and then also just a book full of different activities for them to go through. And so what I've done is I've just gotten these gallon storage bags, and I put each activity into a gallon storage bag. And this is the one that they use with the shapes. And it's just super fun. And my 3-year-old and my 6-year-old are constantly using that just all throughout the day. And then they have these little bug counters. And what we do with these is a lot of times, like, they'll roll the die, and then however many, like the number that it comes up, they will use their little alligator grabbers to, you know, pick up the right amount of little bugs. Let's see here. What else? And here are, for example, the numbers, letters. Why do I keep saying numbers? I keep saying numbers. The letters and the little string that they can thread them through, which is also great for their fine motor skills. And let's see, then there's this, you know, parent guide, as well as this activity book for them to use, for them to, like, you know, a lot of dry erase activities. And so this is something that I just like having on hand for Mabry to use when, and sometimes I might, like, ask her to do something with it. I might kind of give her an assignment, I guess you could say. Or sometimes it's just like, why don't you find something you'd like to do in your box? And then she finds something that she'd like to do. And it's like all games. It's all fun. And so she really enjoys doing it. And I really would highly recommend that. And then also, I'm going to show you guys this a workbook that we're going through. I got this from Christian Light Education, but I believe it is by Rod and Staff Publications, formerly. This book is called Inside and Outside. I think it was $3.50. And I purchased 3 different books in this series. I think we have done, let's see, I think we've done Hearing and Helping, Inside and Outside, and then we're going to do Just Thinking and Choosing next, I believe. But anyway, so this book is really good if you want to do just some little activities with your children, but either you don't really have the time to, like, come up with, you know, in-depth art projects, or you're just not artistically inclined. Now, I like crafts. I love crafting myself, and a lot of times, like, my children, they will kind of participate, like, with whatever I'm doing. They'll want to do it too, which is super fun. But this is just something once a day. She picked, you know, we do a page in this book, and it's just a fun little book. It's got animals that she enjoys. looking at. There's little mazes, and there's also, you know, cutting and pasting, you know, all different types of things, you know. So yeah, just lots of activities that she really enjoys. Let's see if I can find this one, you know, with a little squirrel with a nut. And today she did this with the moose, you know, as like a little puzzle. And so she really enjoys this book. It's something I think she looks forward to. We do this very last at the, you know, when she's finished with her math and her reading and language arts types things. And so she does this. It's something she has to look forward to. And, you know, I think it's really, really cool. It was so funny, this moose little puzzle she did today. It says that moose are the largest kind of deer, and a couple of my older kids were like, "What? I didn't know moose were deer." And so sure enough, we looked it up, and yes, they're in the deer family. And we also learned that in Europe and Asia, moose are called elk. That's something else we did not know. And then we looked it up on some other websites, and that's true as well. And so that was fun, which I assume it to be true, but my kids were like, "No, that's not true." I'm like, "Let's see," and it was. So anyway, it's just a little fun thing for her to do at the end of her kindergarten time. And so I just wanted to share a few of these things with you. I probably spent on all of this, let's see, I don't know, it might be $50 with all of this stuff together, but I do feel like these are good investments. For example, like this stuff, my younger son coming up, he will be using it too, and it's just a fun little area of our homeschool shelves that I have devoted to this just fun kindergarten stuff. That hopefully keeps her engaged and helps her to use her mind, but in a fun way. And so anyhow, I guess that's all I have to talk with you guys about today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you soon.